Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is August 24th, 2019. Happy Saturday. Shout out to my man, Alpha One, for the song request. Freddie Gibbs, Giannis, actually featuring Anderson .Paak. I think Matt Lib did the track, but this is fire, man. I like this. Thanks for the song request. Freddie Gibbs, man, really underrated artist, for sure. Really underrated. But what's good? Hope you guys are doing well today out there on YouTube. Today, we are going to look at some massive whale transactions going on the blockchain of Bitcoin. Is it the Chinese Ponzi scheme that I talked about a couple of days ago, or actually it was a week or so ago, the Plus token Ponzi scheme? Is that part of it, or is it just business as usual? We'll take a look at that out of Decrypt Media. And the second article is a really shocking one. I'm not too sure how many people in the crypto world will be covering this, but Mark Carney, if you guys don't know who he is, he's the governor of the Bank of England. He said that the dollar needs to lose its status as the global reserve currency, pitching the idea that a digital currency could take its place. That is big. It's crazy because this is almost like the reverse of a Bretton Woods Accord, where we pretty much took the power away from the UK in that whole deal. Looks like Mark Carney is saying, hey, we need to reverse the roles again here. History doesn't repeat, but it sure does rhyme. And to echo that, this is out of Cointelegraph, the third article we'll look at. Circle CEO says tokenized fiat currencies are on the horizon. Jeremy Allaire, the CEO of blockchain-based crypto inclusive money transfer company Circle, which was one of the people that was supposed to go to the Warren Buffett lunch with Justin Sun of Tron, he said that the firm has long held the major fiat currencies would eventually be tokenized. And I actually talked about this on yesterday's live stream with King from the Gentleman of Crypto. And I said, absolutely, this is going to happen. And it will be interesting to see how Bitcoin plays a part in this. And does it affect it in a positive or negative way? I personally think it will affect the altcoins in a more negative ways. The ones that are cryptocurrencies, not the tokens, not the asset-based cryptos. I think the alt cryptocurrencies will be affected in a negative way once we start seeing more fiat tokenized type of cryptocurrencies, because, the masses are just going to use those. They're not going to look at any alternatives. It's a pipe dream to think that the majority of the people will become enlightened and awakened to what the monetary system is doing to us. It's not going to happen. So you're going to see just a increase in popularity of these tokenized fiat currencies. So again, we'll take a look at what he has to say about this. But before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to crypto.com. They have now US credit cards or debit cards for cryptos available again to US citizens. So check them out. They've got a lot of good rebates going on with their cards as well, depending on the tier that you purchase. Check them out, crypto.com. They've spent a lot of time and money to get this right, and they surely did. I don't know if you guys remember, Monaco was the initial brand name, and I think crypto.com, Monaco bought crypto.com, the domain name, and they did some pivoting and rebranding, and they have an excellent product now. So check them out, crypto.com, for your debit card, synced to like over 114 different cryptocurrencies. Also want to give a shout out to Moon Lambo Tees. I'm not sure if their Instagram promo is still going on. The Grab That Bag giveaway, over $200 worth of things in that bag. What's included also is a Ledger Nano S. So check them out on Instagram, moonlambo.tees, to get more information on that giveaway. And they've got dope merch on their site as well. So again, check those guys out. But let's go ahead and take a look at that heat map first. Red on the board today. Bitcoin is down 3.4%. to $10,066. Ethereum down 2.7% to $189.47. Binance down even more, 3.5% to $26.20. EOS down 1% to $3.63. Litecoin getting smashed, $72.86, down 3%. Probably see Litecoin get in the $60 handle here real soon if this altcoin bleeding continues. But yeah, it looks pretty much red for all the cryptocurrencies today. And for the 1 month, we've got Bitcoin still up slightly, up 2% for the month. Ethereum down 13.5%, Binance down 8.9%, EOS down 20%, and Litecoin down 21%. But let's take a look at this first article out of Decrypt Media, one of my favorite news sites. Massive Bitcoin transactions, but few explanations. It says at midday yesterday, Wells moved around 77,000 Bitcoins worth a whopping $780 million into 3 unknown wallets. To put that into perspective, that's around 0.43% of all circulating supply. That is pretty big. Then things get even stranger. A day later, someone moved 484 million XRP worth around 133 million. Needless to say, speculation about this big move is raging across the Twitter sphere. Some pundits believe the transactions are related to the alleged Chinese Ponzi scheme Plus Token, which was accused of scamming users out of $3 billion. The idea here is that the bad guys are liquidating their ill-gotten gains. Others say these moves are likely made by usual suspects, whales, just ahead of what all the chart watchers absolutely swear will be a breakout. So this is from Whale Alert. This is the actual transaction. I did a video the other day talking about a Whale Alert from Veritasium moving, on paper, $700 million worth of Veritasium, but we know the circulation of Veritasium is like 2 million tokens. So we know that couldn't be sold at today's prices. That's just kind of what the value is on paper. But this one was yesterday. This could be sold today around this price, $341 million. And then there was another one as well, but this is the first one. Article goes on to say, that's right, the market is ready to go way up, or maybe it'll go down. Then again, maybe it's nothing more than exchanges moving things around. The 2 largest Bitcoin transactions, one for 33,705 Bitcoin, which is the one I just showed you, and another for 36,469 Bitcoin, went to separate wallets but took place within 30 minutes of each other. The Bitcoin move might have bumped up the price of Ripple. In the hours following the BTC move, the price of XRP rose from 26 cents to 27 cents. Kim, who is a keen whale watcher, claims that the Ripple address belongs to the masterminds behind the Plus Token Ponzi scheme, which is quickly dumping hundreds of millions of stolen funds on the market. Let me just say this before we finish this up. I think we're pretty much at the end of this, but let me just say this. In my opinion, there is no way you could steal $3 billion worth of funds from a Ponzi scheme in such a very short period of time without it being state sponsored. In my opinion, that's just my gut feeling. You guys let me know, and I'll leave this in the comments below. Maybe do a poll. Was this Plus Token Ponzi scheme a state-run operation? It just seemed to go too smoothly, and they're liquidating, and $3 billion is a lot to suck up from just innocent people. They had to have had some help, but let me know in the poll below, and we'll have that discussion. This is crazy. But anyway, the article goes on to say anyone waggling a finger at Plus Token really ought to hold off for now. Earlier this week, a whale picked up a number of huge transactions, one being 97 million Veritasium tokens worth 774 million. Turns out it likely wasn't anything interesting. The Whale Alert Twitter account said that the coin Veritasium is a low volume coin. Veritasium's market cap currently hovers at around 15 million. It is likely that the devs moved or unlocked the locked supply of the coin, which has a total supply of about 100 million. A lot of money out here. You don't get to see this type of stuff in the traditional fiat banking system. They move billions of dollars, and common people will never know. At least you're able to see these types of moves on the crypto blockchain side of things. But this article is the one I really am excited about today. Mark Carney's statements, that is the governor of the Bank of England. He said that he wants the US dollar to lose its status as the global reserve currency, pitching the idea that a digital currency could take its place at the Federal Reserve's annual meeting in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. This is not the first time that someone is calling for the dollar to die and get replaced by a digital asset such as Bitcoin, but the fact that it comes from the Bank of England governor himself is a big deal. It surely is a big deal. It goes on to say that Carney wants the dollar's dominance to end. I'm surprised a sniper didn't come out and just blow his head off right then and there. The Guardian reports that the Bank of England governor was addressing fellow central bankers when he said that the dollar hoarding by governments has led to a decade of low interest rates and a low inflation. He believes that a new digital currency could knock the dollar off its perch. Carney said, and I quote, "The dollar's influence on global financial conditions could similarly decline in a financial architecture developed around the new digital currency, and it could displace the dollar's dominance in credit markets. By reducing the influence of the U.S. on the global financial cycle, this would help reduce the volatility of capital flows to emerging market economies." The statement from Mark Carney is not surprising. In his capacity as a former chair of the Financial Stability Board, Carney had said last year that cryptocurrencies do pose a threat to the global financial system. This indicates that unlike many other central bankers, the Bank of England governor has a welcoming approach toward digital currencies such as Bitcoin. I wouldn't say that. I would not say that. That's not my interpretation of what he's saying. He's saying that digital currencies created by central banks around the world could displace the US dollar or petrodollar. Not that he thinks that Bitcoin is going to do that. It goes on to say here why Bitcoin bulls need to be wary of Carney's comments. Mark Carney's proposal of a digital currency replacing the dollar doesn't give Bitcoin investors much reason to celebrate, as the central bank is not a fan of unregulated cryptocurrencies. That's exactly what I was saying. Bitcoin has been bashed by central banks across the globe for the very simple reason that they can't control the cryptocurrency, because it's decentralized in nature and hence cannot manipulate it. So don't think that Carney or any other central bank will shoot themselves in the foot by proposing Bitcoin as an alternative to the dollar. I highly agree with this comment here, and that's exactly what I was just saying a second ago. But this should be a concern for people in the United States because if another currency, fiat or digital, starts to replace the dollar that we use here in the United States, if that starts to happen, guys, all those dollars that are just floating around the world, there are many more dollars around the world than there are here in the United States. Those dollars may start coming back into the United States, creating some of the worst hyperinflation we have ever experienced in history. Bitcoin people shouldn't be too excited, but United States citizens should be very concerned about what's going on with central banks around the globe and how they're trying to do the whole de-dollarization. They're trying to get rid of these dollars from so much control and influence around the globe. It does pose problems, but again, to fix the problems of the world and its monetary systems will be at the sacrifice of those who live in the United States. So you better prepare for that. One way is to have Bitcoin, in my opinion. So, the central banks won't use Bitcoin, but them creating other ones and seeing the dollar come back home, all those dollars come back home, actually helps Bitcoin's price in dollars. If you get what I'm saying. And the last article echoes some of what Mark Carney was talking about. Circle CEO says that tokenized fiat currencies are on the horizon. So Jeremy Arlyer said in an interview on August 21st on the podcast Global Coin Research that Circle has for years thought that sovereign currencies would eventually be digitized. He said, "When we got started with Circle back in 2013, I think our belief has been that there will be significant non-sovereign digital currencies that grow in use and that will be attractive to people for a wide variety of reasons, and Bitcoin obviously being the most noteworthy. But we have also had the belief that the major reserve currencies of the world, the major trade currencies of the world, will become digital currencies." Arlyer also believes that the world is headed toward a system of cheap, instant monetary transactions with traditional fiat money, regardless of which country happened to launch digital fiat money. Moreover, he thinks that this will be the radical change in the way that payment systems, the monetary system, and economic interaction at large will work. Arlyer explained that he does not think digital currencies will simply be tokenized via blockchain, but otherwise operate the same as they do now. Instead, he predicts the global money tokens backed by baskets of reserve currencies will emerge and become preferred monetary model. So he's probably talking about something like an SDR, like a digital or tokenized version of the SDR. I can see that happening for sure. I can see that. I mean, look at what Libra was trying to do. That was like essentially an SDR, a basket of currencies. They were using the yen, the euro, and the dollar to compose the value of the Libra token. So that's essentially like SDR. Allier, however, projects that this will be a mid to long-term outcome of countries' current endeavors with tokenization. Allier also believes there are some detrimental factors preventing immediate progress, including issues such as nationalism, trade conflict, or even the resurgence of so-called economic mercantilism. This echoes what Mark Carney just said. I think this is definitely the way of the future. You guys give me your thoughts about whether or not this helps Bitcoin or hinders it. I think it helps it. I'm not too sure how those altcoins will behave if we start to see a whole bunch of state-backed tokenized digital currencies, because as I stated at the beginning, the masses are going to just follow whatever the government tells them. Again, you guys let me know your thoughts, and that is pretty much it for today. Shout out to my man Alpha One again. He's always hitting me with some nice tracks. Freddie Gibbs, Giannis. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell. Share that video for me to help this channel grow. And that's my two Satoshis for August 24th, 2019. We out of here, people. Holla!